Saying thank you is one of the most important things you can do in any language. But do you know some of the different ways to express your gratitude in British English? Hi everyone and welcome back to Love British English. If you're new here, welcome as well. In today's lesson, I'll show you various ways to say thank you that are both natural and commonly used across the UK. Of course, the classic thank you is always a safe bet. You can't go wrong with it in any situation, no matter who you're talking to. But let's spice things up with some variations. Starting with a simple thanks. Thanks. Of course, this is more casual and perfect for everyday situations. We also like to say thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. This one adds a bit more emphasis, showing slightly greater appreciation. And thank you very much. This is slightly more formal and shows a deeper level of appreciation. It's often used when someone goes out of their way to help you. And a very common one, cheers. Cheers. This is a very British way to say thanks. It's casual, it's friendly, and it's used all of the time, especially in social situations. You will definitely hear it a lot in the UK. We also like to say cheers mate or cheers pal. In British English, the terms mate and pal are commonly used among men, often as a friendly or informal way to refer to each other. If you've ever been to the UK or are planning to visit, don't be surprised if someone says to you, thanks love, or cheers sweetheart. Love and sweetheart, as well as dear and darling, are sometimes used by older individuals when speaking to younger people, typically in a kind of caring or polite way, but not romantically, of course. It's just a simple term of endearment. It's often used in informal settings, such as with shopkeepers, colleagues, or close friends. So the next time you go to a British supermarket or a pub and somebody says to you, thanks love, or thanks sweetheart, don't take it so seriously. They're just being nice. And here are a few more informal and friendly ways to say thank you and what they really mean. Instead of thanks, we sometimes say a simple ta. Ta. It just basically means thanks, and it's often used in British English or Australian English. You could also say you're a star. You're a star. It means the person is amazing and they're very helpful and you appreciate their help. Similarly, you could say you absolute legend. You absolute legend. It means the person is incredibly helpful and awesome and you're thanking them by calling them a legend. And another one, you're a gem. You're a gem. It means the person is very valuable and you appreciate their help. A gem is like a precious stone, okay, like a sapphire or an emerald or a ruby or a diamond. And if you say to someone, nice one, cheers, nice one, cheers, it means good job, thank you. And we sometimes say, thanks a bunch, thanks a bunch. It basically means thanks a lot in a casual way. Okay, those were some informal examples. Now let's take a look at how to express a deeper level of gratitude. Sometimes a simple thank you isn't enough to express how grateful you really are. So you could say, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. This is a great way to express sincere gratitude, especially when someone has done something particularly kind. We can also say, thanks ever so much. Thanks ever so much. This is a slightly more old-fashioned phrase, but it's still used and it adds a touch of elegance to your thanks. And you can also say, thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. I honestly can't thank you enough. I honestly can't thank you enough. Use this when you feel like words just aren't enough to express how grateful you truly are. And you can say, you're a lifesaver. You're a lifesaver. This one is a bit more casual and it's often used when someone has done something really helpful, like lending you something you desperately needed in that moment, but this one expresses a deeper level of gratitude, even though it's casual. It's like you saved their life, therefore you're a lifesaver. I'm forever in your debt. I'm forever in your debt. This is basically saying, I will always be grateful to you for what you've done, and I feel like I can never fully repay you. I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful. Another way of saying I'm extremely thankful. And I really owe you one. I really owe you one. This means I'm thankful and I want to return the favor someday. And now for a couple of polite and formal ways to say thank you. Sometimes we find ourselves in more formal settings like work or speaking with someone we don't know very well. And in those situations, you'll want to be a bit more polite and professional. So you could say, I'm very grateful. This shows a high level of respect and gratitude. You could also say, thank you ever so much for your time. Thank you ever so much for your time. This is quite similar to one I've mentioned before, but use this one when someone has given you their time or assistance. This is a very polite phrase. Much obliged. Much obliged. Slightly old-fashioned, but still used in formal settings to say you're very thankful. And I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Again, another formal way of showing that you value someone's help or kindness. Okay, and now a little bonus tip for you. You might have noticed before, but we also tend to say thank you when wrapping up a conversation. It's like a final thank you as we leave or end the interaction. You can do that by saying something like, thanks again, take care. Or thank you so much, have a lovely day. Or cheers, bye for now. Okay, so we often say thank you during the conversation, and just as we're ending that conversation, we like to say thanks once again. And that's it, everyone. I really hope that helped. Remember, showing gratitude is always appreciated, whatever language you're speaking in. But using these expressions in English will help you to sound more natural and more polite. Thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment down below which phrase you often use to express gratitude. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps my channel out. Thank you once again. Take care and I'll see you soon.